You can't have emotional safety in a relationship if you're dealing with emotional reactivity. If your husband is dysregulated or you are, even the best communication strategy won't help you improve your relationship. In this video, I'll show you exactly how emotional dysregulation might be damaging your relationship with your husband and what you can do to stop it before it's too late. Emotional regulation means you feel something in your nervous system, but you can contain it and stay present. You might feel uncomfortable, but you won't immediately react out of that discomfort. Emotional dysregulation is when your nervous system gets activated by something, an emotion, stress, something your partner says, and basically you're not able to pause and contain it. Your nervous system reacts before your thinking brain can catch up. And all of a sudden you're in a moment where you're unable to pause, and instead you say something hurtful. And that's when problems in many relationships start. I'll give you an example. Your husband may say, "Hey, you seem a little quiet tonight." This is a very neutral comment. But when we are actually dysregulated, this may not land so neutral. Suddenly you feel hurt, annoyed, misunderstood, and you may respond with something like, "Why are you always analyzing me?" Or, "I'm fine, why is everything a problem?" Now the conversation is not about the reason you're quiet anymore. It's about you defending yourself and your body being reactive. That's when I say you're feeling emotionally dysregulated. Your response is not matching what your partner just told you. The other way this emotional dysregulation may show up in your relationship is when you've received feedback from your partner but receive it as criticism. Your husband says, "Can I give you some feedback about earlier?" When you're feeling emotionally regulated, you might feel uncomfortable, but you can still stay open to the feedback. When you are dysregulated though, your body goes straight into threat mode. Your chest tightens, your tone may change, and you say something like, "Here we go again. What did I do wrong this time? Somehow everything I do is wrong." So your nervous system responds with a lot of defensiveness when it's activated. Do you recognize any of these patterns in yourself or your partner? If you do, comment yes below the video. I want to hear from you. Now, how does this negatively affect your relationship over the long run? If these moments happen repeatedly, it will start to negatively impact how emotionally safe you feel in your relationship. This might be you feeling dysregulated or your partner. Regardless of who's doing it, it will impact emotional safety over the long run. You don't know how things will land with your partner anymore. You get kind of timid, you're afraid to bring things up, and both of you start to protect yourself as opposed to open up to the other person. Now, this is not you being too sensitive. This is basically telling you that your nervous system is on edge. Tell me in the comments below, how do you react when you're emotionally dysregulated? Do you get frustrated? Do you criticize? Do you get emotionally reactive? What does that look like in your relationship? Now, I've got something even more important to tell you. This everyday emotional dysregulation will eventually turn into more fighting. As a couples therapist, I see this all the time in my practice. By the time couples are fighting, they've been feeling emotionally dysregulated for a long time. So the fighting is not about a certain topic. Why didn't you buy X? Why did you do that? It's not about the content. It's actually about two nervous systems who are clashing with each other and triggering one another. So of course things escalate very fast. One minute you're talking about, "Why didn't you make coffee for me in the morning?" And the next moment you find yourself fighting about something that's happened 20 years ago, and the fight is lasting like 6 hours or sometimes even days. That's how you know emotional dysregulation is taking over and things are escalating, because you're not able to stay calm. So things start to escalate fast. Your tone changes, it becomes harsher. Maybe there's some yelling, raising your voice. Old issues from ages ago get pulled into this conversation. And couples often say to me, "We don't even know how it got this bad so quickly." Well, that's because when emotions take over, they're super powerful. And if you don't know how to work through these intense emotions and you keep staying dysregulated, you won't ever be able to resolve any conflict. So that's why emotional regulation is so important in maintaining a healthy relationship. Now, if you're a woman and you're realizing your emotional reactions or your partner's emotional reactions to you are hurting your relationship and you want to get out of this pattern, I have a relationship coaching program that will help you exactly with that, and I'll tell you more about it at the end of the video. Now, you've probably heard this 1,000 times from other therapists that fighting in of itself does not cause damage to your relationship, but it's only fighting without repair that's quite damaging. It's when the fighting ends, but your nervous system does not come back to the baseline because it doesn't receive a kind of soothing and repair from your partner. Your body stays on guard. Even if you say to yourself, it's fine, it's just another fight, your nervous system knows it's not because no repair has happened yet. What repair looks like is your partner coming to you and acknowledging their hurt, acknowledge that they did something wrong, just validating your emotional experience. That will help us feel comforted and be instantly soothed. If you have a partner who can't consistently do that, inevitably your nervous system is going to stay on guard and dread the next argument. And it's going to feel also some tension from the emotional distance that this unrepaired fight has created. Your nervous system goes, I got hurt, no one acknowledged it, I'm going to get hurt again, I better be on guard and protect myself because I might get hurt again. And that's how emotional safety starts to erode over time. So in order to actually improve your relationship, you need to be aware of what's happening in your nervous system. Being emotionally dysregulated is a normal part of everyday experience of being in a relationship. But you need to realize when your nervous system actually goes into a hyperarousal. What are the signs that tell you right now I'm very emotionally activated and flooded? Does your tone change? Does your pitch change? Do you do certain things? Do you tend to withdraw and give your partner the silent treatment? Do you tend to get critical and blaming in your language? What happens? These are the signs that you could use to say to yourself in moments like that, listen, I just blamed him, or I just criticized him, or he just criticized me. We're both emotionally activated and we need to take a time out to just calm our nervous system. Because at that point, any conversation you're going to have with your partner, it's not going to go well. It's just going to be reciprocal attack. You feel attacked, you're going to attack back. You feel criticized, you're going to criticize back. So you need to become familiar of the signs that tell you you're feeling emotionally dysregulated and be ready to take a scheduled timeout, letting your partner know, I'm feeling emotionally dysregulated and flooded. I'm going to come back and revisit the conversation in 30 minutes once I'm calmer. And what you can do in times like this is to actually pick activities that are going to be self-soothing to you. You could go for a walk, talk to a supportive friend, go to therapy, anything you could do that will help soothe your nervous system. Because at the end of the day, it is your responsibility to soothe your nervous system so that you're able to communicate things better to your partner and not add more fuel to the fighting and the arguments. Your partner also needs to do the same. Basically, your aim in conversations when you're in a relationship is to always be able to contain your nervous system. Now, I'm going to talk about some emotional patterns that tell you your partner is emotionally dysregulated. A very common pattern that I see are partners who are more shame prone. If you have a partner who's more shame prone, or if you're someone who's more shame prone, chances are you're very sensitive to feedback. Let's talk about this pattern. You share with your partner that you're feeling hurt, you're upset. Because you have a partner who's shame prone and gets very dysregulated when they hear this, in their mind, they perceive this as I'm failing, I'm not doing a good job, there's something wrong with me, I'm the problem. So this is all their shame talking. And all of a sudden you find your partner getting really defensive and maybe even attacking you. Here we go again, I'm always the problem, I can't do anything right. And of course, in response, you feel very hurt and unheard. So this is how shame hijacks regulation. And again, this is a very common pattern among couples, especially among men. The other situation is the person maybe dealing with a sense of shame, anxiety, or fear around conflict. You share feedback with them about your feelings, and you find that they go quiet and silent. Again, shutting down is a form of emotional dysregulation. To protect themselves from shame, the person shuts down their nervous system because in a way their nervous system is flooded. And to you, this feels like rejection and emotional distance. Well, I'm here to tell you they're not shutting down because they don't care about you. They're shutting down because they don't know how to regulate themselves. Another very common thing that can happen is that if you have a partner who's prone to experiencing anxiety and stress, this anxiety and stress will show up as anger and frustration in your relationship. In other words, he shows up dysregulated in times of stress. He's had a long day, he feels overwhelmed by work, he feels unappreciated, You may ask something simple like, "Did you remember to send that email?" And he snaps and says, "Why are you on my case all the time? I can't get a break." Now, of course, this reaction is not about the question about email. It's the stress that's sitting in the nervous system that hasn't been processed. And it's coming out sideways at you. Now, in times like this, knowing how to communicate won't necessarily help you. This is why a lot of my clients tell me we know all the communication strategies to do, but we just don't know how to implement it in the moment when our nervous system gets hijacked. Because yes, communication strategies won't work if your nervous system is flooded. You can't access these skills if your body is in survival mode. So this isn't about trying harder. It's about regulating first. If you're noticing this pattern in your relationship, where small conversations turn into arguments, where you feel dismissed or blamed, where your body gets activated and you can't regulate in the moment, where repair feels hard and you feel emotional safety is breaking down, thinking, "I understand this, but I still don't know how to change it in real time," that's exactly why I created the Relationship Reset Coaching Program to help you address these issues. This is a 3-month program where you work with me one-on-one, individually or with your partner, to change what conflict feels like in your day-to-day life. Here's what changes when you do this work. Instead of your heart racing during arguments, you know how to steady yourself. Instead of fights escalating for hours, you interrupt the cycle within minutes. Instead of replaying conversations all night, you repair and feel close again, sometimes the same day. Instead of walking on eggshells, you feel emotionally safe enough to speak up. Conflict stops to be a threat to your relationship. It will start to actually be manageable and repairable. It doesn't have to be the thing you dread in your relationship. And the most important part is you don't have to figure this out alone. Inside the program, you'll have daily access to me for real-time support. So when something happens, you're coached through it, not left trying to apply a concept by yourself. This program is currently in beta, which means this is the lowest price I'll ever offer it at. You can apply to the program at parisacounselling.com/relationship coaching or apply from the link right under this video. Once you apply, I'll let you know within 24 hours if this is a fit.